Happiness is something that multiplies when it is divided. Intuition is really a sudden immersion of the soul into the universal current of life. No matter what he does, every person on earth plays a central role in the history of the world. And normally he doesn't know it. It's the possibility of having a dream come true that makes life interesting. If you're brave enough to say goodbye, life will reward you with a new hello. People are capable, at any time in their lives, of doing what they dream of. Be brave. Take risks. Nothing can substitute experience. We must never stop dreaming. Dreams provide nourishment for the soul, just as a meal does for the body. Nothing in this world happens by chance. Life takes us by surprise and orders us to move toward the unknown even when we don't want to and when we think we don't need to. And, when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. There is only one thing that makes a dream impossible to achieve: the fear of failure. The secret of life, though, is to fall 7 times and to get up 8 times. The simple things are also the most extraordinary things, and only the wise can see them. Everyone seems to have a clear idea of how other people should lead their lives, but none about his or her own. Remember that wherever your heart is, there you will find your treasure. When I had nothing to lose, I had everything. When I stopped being who I am, I found myself. A child can teach an adult 3 things: to be happy for no reason, to always be busy with something, and to know how to demand with all his might that which he desires. When you find your path, you must not be afraid. You need to have sufficient courage to make mistakes. Disappointment, defeat, and despair are the tools God uses to show us the way. Nothing in the world is ever completely wrong. Even a stopped clock is right twice a day. Don't waste your time with explanations. People will only hear what they want to hear. Don't give in to your fears. If you do, you won't be able to talk to your heart. There are moments when troubles enter our lives and we can do nothing to avoid them. But they are there for a reason. Only when we have overcome them will we understand why they were there. The 2 hardest tests on the spiritual road are the patience to wait for the right moment and the courage not to be disappointed with what we encounter. None of us knows what might happen even the next minute, yet still we go forward. Because we trust. Because we have faith. You are what you believe yourself to be. I can choose either to be a victim of the world or an adventurer in search of treasure. It's all a question of how I view my life. People never learn anything by being told, they have to find out for themselves. Anyone who has lost something they thought was theirs forever finally comes to realize that nothing really belongs to them. Accept what life offers you and try to drink from every cup. All wine should be tasted, some should only be sipped, but with others, drink the whole bottle. One is loved because one is loved. No reason is needed for loving. When we love, we always strive to become better than we are. When we strive to become better than we are, everything around us becomes better too. So, I love you because the entire universe conspired to help me find you. You me love I. Waiting is painful. Forgetting is painful. But not knowing which to do is the worst kind of suffering. When someone leaves, it's because someone else is about to arrive. Love is an untamed force. When we try to control it, it destroys us. When we try to imprison it, it enslaves us. When we try to understand it, it leaves us feeling lost and confused. If I am really a part of your dream, you'll come back one day. Tears are words that need to be written. Now that she had nothing to lose, she was free. This is what we call love. When you are loved, you can do anything in creation. When you are loved, there's no need at all to understand what's happening, because everything happens within you. In real life, love has to be possible. Even if it is not returned right away, love can only survive when the hope exists that you will be able to win over the person you desire. Anyone who loves in the expectation of being loved in return is wasting their time. Everything that happens once can never happen again. But everything that happens twice will surely happen a third time. If someone isn't what others want them to be, the others become angry. Everyone seems to have a clear idea of how other people should lead their lives, but none about his or her own. Your eyes show the strength of your soul. No one loses anyone because no one owns anyone. That is the true experience of freedom, having the most important thing in the world without owning it. Life is too short, or too long, for me to allow myself the luxury of living it so badly. How much I missed, simply because I was afraid of missing it. What is a teacher? I'll tell you, it isn't someone who teaches something, but someone who inspires the student to give of her best in order to discover what she already knows. The strongest love is the love that can demonstrate its fragility. What's the world's greatest lie? It's this, that at a certain point in our lives, we lose control of what's happening to us, and our lives become controlled by fate. When each day is the same as the next, it's because people fail to recognize the good things that happen in their lives every day that the sun rises. Life always waits for some crisis to occur before revealing itself at its most brilliant. Stay mad, but behave like normal people. Run the risk of being different, but learn to do so without attracting attention.
If you want to see a rainbow, you have to learn to see the rain. You must understand that love never keeps a man from pursuing his personal legend. If he abandons the pursuit, it's because it wasn't a true love. The love that speaks the language of the world. People want to change everything and, at the same time, want it all to remain the same. Because you believed I was capable of behaving decently, I did. To love is to lose control. When you were in love, you were capable of learning everything and of knowing things you had never dared even to think, because love was the key to understanding all of the mysteries. You must be the person you have never had the courage to be. Gradually, you will discover that you are that person, but until you can see this clearly, you must pretend and invent. If I must fall, may it be from a high place. There is only one way to learn. It's through action. Everything you need to know you have learned through your journey. God always offers us a second chance in life. Don't be intimidated by other people's opinions. Only mediocrity is sure of itself, so take risks and do what you really want to do. You will never be able to escape from your heart. So it's better to listen to what it has to say. That way, you'll never have to fear an unanticipated blow. Sometimes, we are so attached to our way of life that we turn down wonderful opportunities simply because don't know what to do with it. To realize one's destiny is a person's only obligation. And, when you can't go back, you have to worry only about the best way of moving forward. Love simply is. You have two choices, to control your mind or to let your mind control you. All you have to do is to pay attention. Lessons always arrive when you are ready, and if you can read the signs, you will learn everything you need to know in order to take the next step. We can never judge the lives of others, because each person knows only their own pain and renunciation. Forgive but do not forget, or you will be hurt again. Forgiving changes the perspectives. Forgetting loses the lesson. I've learned that waiting is the most difficult bit, and I want to get used to the feeling, knowing that you're with me, even when you're not by my side. Certain things in life simply have to be experienced and never explained. Love is such a thing. Every blessing ignored becomes a curse. Behind the mask of ice that people wear, there beats a heart of fire. Whenever you want to achieve something, keep your eyes open, Concentrate and make sure you know exactly what it is you want. No one can hit their target with their eyes closed. We pretend to be strong because we are weak. Why is patience so important? Because it makes us pay attention. Love is not to be found in someone else, but in ourselves. We simply awaken it. But in order to do that, we need the other person. The universal may make sense when we have someone to share our feelings with. If you start by promising what you don't even have yet, you'll lose your desire to work towards getting it. Haters are confused admirers who can't understand why everybody else likes you. Don't listen to the malicious comments of those friends who, never taking any risks themselves, can only see other people's failures. Love is a trap. When it appears, we see only its light, not its shadows. Intuition is really a sudden immersion of the soul into the universal current of life. At every moment of our lives, we all have one foot in a fairy tale and the other in the abyss. Love is not a habit, a commitment, or a debt. It isn't what romantic songs tell us it is. Love simply is. If you love someone, you must be prepared to set them free. Human beings can withstand a week without water, 2 weeks without food, many years of homelessness, but not loneliness. It is the worst of all tortures, the worst of all sufferings. It is said that all people who are happy have God within them. It takes a huge effort to free yourself from memory. And one has to understand that braveness is not the absence of fear but rather the strength to keep on going forward despite the fear. It's the simple things in life that are the most extraordinary. Ever since time began, people have recognized their true love by the light in their eyes. When you're in love, you're capable of learning everything and knowing things you had never dared even to think, because love is the key to understanding of all the mysteries. If you think adventure is dangerous, try routine. It is lethal. Keeping passion at bay or surrendering blindly to it, which of these two attitudes is the least destructive? I don't know. We have stopped for a moment to encounter each other, to meet, to love, to share. This is a precious moment. It is a little parenthesis in eternity. Don't give in to your fears. If you do, you won't be able to talk to your heart. Dreams are the language of God. Most people see the world as a threatening place, and, because they do, the world turns out, indeed, to be a threatening place. I'm not a body with a soul, I'm a soul that has a visible part called the body. No matter how you feel today, get up, dress up and show up. Everyone on earth has a treasure that awaits him. So you see, good and evil have the same face. It all depends on when they cross the path of each individual human being. Life can seem short or life can seem long, depending on how you live it. If you are never alone, you cannot know yourself. No one places her dreams in the hands of those who might destroy them. People learn 25% from their teacher, 25% from listening to themselves, 25% from their friends, and 25% from time. Sadness does not last forever when we walk in the direction of that which we always desired. Love is a disease no one wants to get rid of. Those who catch it never try to get better, and those who suffer do not wish to be cured. Close some doors. Not because of pride, incapacity or arrogance, but simply because they no longer lead somewhere. If it's still in your mind, it is still in your heart. Many people don't allow themselves to love. Because there are a lot of things at risk, a lot of future and a lot of past. What the eye doesn't see, the heart doesn't grieve over. Magical places are always beautiful and deserve to be contemplated. Always stay on the bridge between the invisible and the visible. It is not time that changes man nor knowledge. The only thing that can change someone's mind is love. Never give up. When your heart becomes tired, just walk with your legs, but move on. When you possess great treasures within you and try to tell others of them, seldom are you believed. You must always know what it is that you want.